Welcome back to my channel, or welcome here if you are new. So today I'm sharing with you a huge pantry restock. So I got all of these things from Walmart and I try to get things as cheap as possible, try to get things that I knew we would actually use. This isn't necessarily emergency food storage. It's more just a way to buy in bigger bulk so that I can plan meals based off of what we already have to hopefully save money in the future. So I'm going to share with you today's grocery haul and then we will get to organizing my pantry. Okay, here is the overview. It is quite large. Try to get mostly great value stuff because it is usually cheaper. So we're going to start back here. So I got 2 gallons of this spring water just to keep on hand in case we need water for any reason. I also had like flu season in mind. We're coming out of flu season, but sometimes, kids get sick and whatever. So I went ahead and got 2 of the Pedialyte by Parents' Choice. This is the unflavored. I wanted to get 2 of the unflavored, but they only had 1. I figured I could add in like our own flavoring, and then I got 1 strawberry as well. Also got 5 pounds of rice. We do eat a lot of rice, I would say, but 5 pounds will last us quite some time. I also wanted to get the healthiest option for cereal, just in case we need breakfast, in a pinch or whatever. So I got some Honey Nut Scooters, Cheerios, more or less. I also make quite a bit of mac and cheese for the kids and my husband, honestly. So I went ahead and got 2 of the Melt and Dip by Great Value. These are really, really good. If you've not tried them yet, highly recommend. They're about $3 cheaper than Velveeta. And honestly, I think that they taste the exact same and they melt down perfectly. Just add some milk and it works great. I also got 2 things of the salsa con queso cheese dip. I like using these in various different ways, but the one thing that I've been using them mostly lately is I have some cooked chicken in my freezer and I've been thawing that out, and then I'll mix it with this and then I'll make like little chicken cheesy tacos, and that has been a really good lunch for me. We also go through quite a lot of salsa between taco night, or I make taco soup, chili, burritos, whatever. So I got 2 things of salsa. I was also thinking through some easy sides, and so I got 2 things of chicken stuffing. I use this in various different dinners as well. I'll do chicken and stuffing, which is chicken stuffing, cream of chicken, chicken broth, and sour cream, and it's really, really good. It's one of our favorites. I got some ramen. This is just something good to keep on hand, especially for kids if I need an easy lunch for them or whatever. I don't really eat them anymore, but my kids and my husband definitely do, so I got 1 of each. I also got 6 pounds of elbow noodles. I was trying to get the ratios the same, so I got 6 pounds of this and then 2 pounds of this because I use about half a pound of cheese whenever I make mac and cheese, so I was trying to get the ratios right. And I am going to be portioning this stuff out into smaller bags, so it's easy to just grab and go. I got some quick oats back there. I can make oatmeal with that, no-bake cookies, a ton of different things with quick oats. I also got a 4-pack of the chunk chicken breast. We don't prefer canned chicken, but I figured if we need it in a pinch, this would be good, and I just got 1 of these. Okay, I also got 4 cans of the mixed chili beans. I like getting these because you get 3 varieties of beans, and it also comes in chili sauce, so you don't have to have tomato sauce with it. You can if you want, but a lot of times I will just add whatever salsa I have left in the fridge with this, and then a packet of chili seasoning, and of course meat. And that is just an easy way to do chili, and we can do chili dogs, Frito pies, whatever we need it for. I got 2 things of peanut butter. I got the smaller ones because we don't go through peanut butter a lot. And the last time that I got a really big thing of peanut butter, my kids actually left it open and then the ants got into it and I had to throw away an entire thing of peanut butter. And so I would much rather, accidentally have to throw away a little one than a big one. So I got 2 of those. Also restocked on some salt. This is just a main ingredient that I like to keep on hand. So I got salt. I also got a couple things of ranch. So they gave me a buttermilk and then a regular. And I didn't even know they had light buttermilk. So I guess we'll try that. I also got some saltine crackers. You use these for all kinds of different things. And then I got 3 things of light mayo. So I actually, one of these was supposed to be for the fridge, but I haven't put it in there yet. but I wanted to keep 2 on hand because I do use it a lot in the summertime, especially with pasta salads and stuff. I got 8 cans of this Hunt's traditional pasta sauce. So I figured this would be an easy dinner for spaghetti, obviously. But I got the cans because they have really good flavor. It's like a good base flavor. And then you can add your own seasonings, garlic, onions, Italian seasoning, whatever you need to add to it. And this was cheap and this is perfect size for our family, especially whenever I portion out the spaghetti. I got some instant non-fat dry milk. You just never know. And I wanted to make sure and have, some emergency food staples, but also if I ever need milk in a pinch, especially with kids, it's just good to have this on hand. I got 2 things of ketchup. Like I said, we have kids, and so kids like ketchup. So I got 2 things of that. And then back here, I just got 1 thing of sugar and then 1 thing of flour. I don't use that stuff a whole lot, but I do use it and I like to keep it on hand. So I just got a small backup of that. And then lots of canned stuff. So I got 4 cans of black beans. I like to use these in tacos to make the taco meat stretch a little bit farther. I'll usually use half a can and then I'll put the other can the other half in the freezer and use it the next time we have tacos. It freezes just fine, nothing wrong with it. But that is a good way to stretch your taco meat, especially if you have a bigger family. We do like tuna, so I got 2 packs of these 4 packs of tuna. And one of my husband's favorite things is tuna mac and cheese. We had that for dinner last night, actually. So I will add this to mac and cheese as an easy protein. Serve it up with some frozen broccoli that I keep on hand all the time, and that is a good dinner. I also wanted to try and stock up on some fruit. I was kind of thinking through like fruits, vegetables, things like that I could keep as stock. So I got 2 things of pineapple slices, 2 things of oranges, and 2 things of peaches. This is a new vegetable that I got. It is sliced potatoes and diced potatoes. I got 2 cans of each. I've seen some videos on TikTok and Facebook and whatever where people are coating these in oil and seasoning salt or whatever you want to season it with, and then throwing them in the air fryer. But the thing that I like about these is they're already cooked. So if you need potatoes in a pinch as a side dish or whatever, this is an easy option. I've not tried that method yet, but I knew that even if I didn't like that method, then I could still use it in soups or whatever. So I got 2 cans of each of those. And then for the kids, again, easy lunch, I got 4 things of the macaroni and tomato sauce, basically beefaroni, and then also 4 cans of mini ravioli. Let me take care of this stuff and then we'll go around. For packet stuff, I got 4 packets of white gravy, 4 brown gravy, 4 chili seasoning, and 4 of this Knorr Alfredo sauce mix. And I've never had this before, but Jen Chapin uses this all the time. And I think you just have to add milk. So fairly easy. And Roxy, my cat, has already gotten into it. So I had to put some in plastic bags, and I will just make sure and use that first. So back here, I am not a baker. I've never used yeast before, but figured if I need yeast or if I need to whip up something really quickly, then I can do this. And I am smart enough to follow a recipe, so I feel like I could do this. I got 2 things of small shells. I had the Alfredo in mind with this. I'm going to portion those out as well. And then I got 4 pounds of spaghetti. I will portion those out, and then we'll have it with the spaghetti sauce. I also got some Swerve and some of these super seeds. I use this a lot, especially right now. I put it in my overnight oats. I put it in my yogurt, and I just love that. And then I put the Swerve brown sugar substitute in my overnight oats, and it's 0 calories, so that is why I like it, and I do want to keep it on hand. Plus, there was a rebate. I do a lot of baking for like family get-togethers and stuff, so I got 2 things of the fudge brownie mix, and I can turn this into a million different things, I feel like. And then same with the cake mix. I got a chocolate cake mix and a yellow cake mix. And then lastly, as far as the canned stuff goes, I got 4 cans of the family size green beans. One of these cans is perfect portion for our family, and then we'll usually have leftovers for the next day for lunches. And then we prefer the frozen corn, but I went ahead and just got the corn in the can because it's just easy and something that I can keep on my pantry shelf. So I got 4 of those. Okay, so here are the shelves that I put together. These were from Temu. I would like to get another one, but we're gonna go ahead and start this project with just two, and then I might just update you in a vlog later on. But I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and put things in storage containers that I know are gonna go in containers, and then we will go from there. As I was doing this, I was trying to be very practical about what I was taking out of their packages. So I was thinking things that we're not going to be using up right away that I need to keep fresh. So the cereal, the flour, the rice, oatmeal, things like that that we just don't eat on a daily basis. So I wanted to go ahead and decant those. And out of everything that I have here, I only bought 2 containers. So I'm using everything that I already have. And, you know, I like things to match and I like things to look cute, but I was also trying to do this on a budget. And so I was trying to be really smart about what I was using and making sure that I was using up what I had first as far as organizing containers go.
Sometimes I can't believe that you are mine. Love's a gonna be you're my trigger. You kiss me in a way that gets me high. You make all my dreams come true. It feels right.
To organize this pantry space, I was trying to be, again, very thoughtful and mindful about how I was setting everything up. So as I was bringing stuff in, I was kind of thinking in categories. So everything that was for baking, I wanted to put on one shelf, and then I kind of like made a kid shelf for like easy lunches, and then I also had like a vegetable shelf and a fruit shelf and a can shelf. So I was kind of trying to put things on shelves that was smart and that made sense to me. So I really thought through this and I took my time, and I did end up moving some things, you know, after, but it is working great for us. So I don't know. I like this method of organizing, and I was so excited to find a bunch of Lazy Susans and things to organize with from the Dollar Tree. So that is my pro tip for you. If you are needing to organize a space, definitely hit up your Dollar Tree because they always have some great organizing containers. I am definitely not someone that worries about keeping a food stock. I'm not like a doomsday prepper. I'm not worried about, you know, the end of times or anything like that. So I don't normally keep a stock, but in an effort to try and save money where we can, I thought that if I could just spend, you know, $300 or so and just get things that I know we're going to use and be smart about it, then I really wanted to try and do that for my family. I also wanted to go ahead and portion out my pasta, so I was just weighing it in 8-ounce portions and putting them in freezer bags so that I knew exactly how many meals I had when it comes to pasta, and I do feel like this will come in handy in the future. Is the freezer portion. So we'll start down here. I got some of these sausage biscuits for my kids mainly. They like these. And then I also got a couple easy meals just in case I need to throw something in the oven really quick. So I got this Stouffer's meatloaf. These are really, really good if you've not had them. They are good, so I would recommend. And then I also wanted to try this frozen lasagna. We don't like the Stouffer's one because the sauce is really like thick, I guess you could say, and there's a lot of sauce in it. So I figured we could try the Great Value one. And obviously, homemade is going to be so much better, but sometimes you just need something in a pinch. And so that was kind of the goal of this, to have just easy dinners and lunches if we need something in a pinch. So got some of that, and then I got a big bag of French fries. This will last us quite some time. And then for the kids, I wanted to try these chicken strip meals. So this comes with chicken strips, mac and cheese, and corn, which is things that they all like. So I got 3 of them, and if they like them, then I can get more. But I just wanted something easy for the kids for a you're on your own kind of night, or just kind of one of the nights that we just figure something out. So I also got some fish sticks for the kids, some mini corn dogs, bean and cheese burritos. These are the only ones that my Walmart has. They don't have the name brand anymore. Like, they have name brand of the other flavors, but they don't carry the bean and cheese anymore. So I don't know if El Monterey stopped making them, but anyways, I just got some of these. My husband will probably eat these. And then I got some pizza rolls for the kids, and honestly, my husband too. We've never had the Great Value brand, but we like Great Value in a lot of things, so I figured I would just go ahead and get the big bag. And then I ordered a big bag of tater tots, but they substituted with 3 bags of tater tots. I cut it down to 2 because I didn't want a ton of tater tots. I didn't want 6 pounds of tater tots. I just got 4 pounds instead. And then I got a big bag of the chicken nuggets. So at this point, I was just removing everything from the deep freezer that I needed to get organized. So I had the broccoli out, and then I think I took out just like little bags of things that were almost empty. And so I kind of put those to the side, and then I was organizing some other things in the bottom, and then putting things back in a way that I thought things wouldn't get lost. So I've got my frozen strawberries here, which I'm planning on making freezer jam with that here soon. I'm planning on doing that in a vlog. And then I've got the big bag of chicken nuggets and just everything that I know is going to stay in this deep freezer. And then I was trying to put smaller bags on top of the bigger bags, if that makes sense. And then I decided to go ahead and dump out the sausage biscuits because they came in a pretty small box, or pretty big box. And I also wanted the kids to have easy access to it for breakfast if they needed it. I won't slow down. I'm strolling down the street with all of my favorite songs on repeat. I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, and I don't care if you spill coffee on me. I am going to go ahead and transfer the frozen burritos and the corn dogs over to freezer bags. The burritos, mainly because once you open that bag, it's really easy for it to open back up. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in a freezer bag so that I know that it can be sealed up, and so we won't lose any burritos in the bottom of the freezer, because although I am a very organized person, my family is not. They just don't care about the same things that I do. So I could definitely see them leaving the bag open and then frozen burritos spilling all over the floor or all over the deep freezer. So I was just getting ahead of that problem and solving the problem before it becomes one. And then I'm just going to take out the corn dogs and put them in a freezer bag as well. And this also helps me see how much is left of things so that I know if I need to restock, then I can. I had recently done a big Sam's Club haul not too long before this, and I got some hamburger and some chicken, and I went ahead and divided those up into freezer bags, and then I had them freezing in my bottom freezer in here in the kitchen. And so I was just taking them from that freezer and adding them to containers to put in the deep freezer. I won't slow down, 'cause I am on my way up. I won't slow down. Yeah, I am. The freezer is going to be the real transformation. So I've got the biscuit sandwiches up here for the kids for easy grabbing, so they're not, you know, halfway in the deep freezer trying to find them. And then these are just a little bit more chicken nuggets that I'll be using first. I put them up here to make sure that they don't get lost. I've got a bin full of ground beef, bin full of chicken, and then I moved the corn dogs into a bag, and also these frozen burritos, and I've got ice right there. And this basket slides, so if I need anything on this side, I can just slide it over. But yeah, I mean, everything is packed down in there, but at least I know what I have, and so I can kind of keep track of what I have. Here is the pantry shelves that I put together. I did go ahead and order another one because I need somewhere to put pasta and stuff, but I like the way that this is working out. I'm kind of like not wanting to use anything because it's so pretty. And so yeah, Riley got into the rice, so there's rice on the floor, but it is what it is. So up here we've got baking supplies, my super seeds, my quick oats back here, powdered milk. Up here I've got packets of things, and then cake mixes, brownie mixes, flour and sugar, ramen, cereal, which my husband's already gotten into. I knew he would, which is fine. And then like canned ravioli down there, some chicken stuffing, a couple boxes, some canned potatoes, saltines, Velveeta. Down there on the bottom is our canned veggies. I've got pasta portioned out here. I'm going to put on a separate shelf whenever it comes in. Up here, I put these in baskets because I wanted to make sure, again, know how much I have, because it is something that we go through frequently. So fruit snacks and crackers. And then when we run out in our other pantry, I just come in here and refill. And then I've got condiments here. We've already used some ketchup, ranch, mayo, and then just more condiments, salsa, cheese dip, which we've already used, peanut butter, salt. And then down here is more canned stuff, canned beans, chicken, tuna, canned fruit. Down there is all the pasta sauce, rice, and then in the back is some rolled oats. I am so happy to have this project done. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Hope I gave you some ideas, and I hope that this, you know, inspires you to make a realistic pantry, storage, stock, whatever. I know that a lot of people make pantries and then they just, you know, don't use them, or things expire, they get lost, and that is definitely not what I want to do. Again, I made this pantry and I stocked up on some things that I knew we would be using to hopefully save us money in groceries each week. And I actually just placed a grocery order, and I did save quite a bit of money because I didn't have to get like meat or certain seasonings or certain sides or, you know, whatever. So yeah, fingers crossed that we save some money this way. But I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. Other than that, I will see you in my next one. Bye.